Hey guys, today is another one of my skincare rants. I really do make an effort to not sound so preachy, but sometimes I can't help it. I'm always motivated to talk about skincare because of my anger I have for the skincare industry. This will be a two-part series, so if you're not subscribed, Part 1 is going to be skincare ingredients that you think are bad but aren't. Part 2 is going to be skincare ingredients you think are good but aren't. I feel like I need to say this disclaimer in every video, but I'm not a dermatologist, not an esthetician, although I am considering getting an esthetician license. I'm just a very passionate consumer. That being said, a lot of my opinions on skincare is based on research that I've read, so I will link scientific articles that I might make reference to in the description. But yeah, today's topic is skincare ingredients that you think are bad but aren't. And I think it's a very important topic in skincare because you always see labels that say sulfate free and silicone free and this free and that free, and it's such an effective marketing strategy. So yeah, if you're ready to get better skin in 2020 and get yourself skincare woke, just keep watching. So the first ingredient I want to talk about is Petrolatum. Vaseline. I'm gonna put some on my lips. So there is so much shit talking about Vaseline. Vaseline is a very pure form of petrolatum. It's extremely highly refined and it's FDA approved. It's a very emollient skin protectant. It's one of the best ingredients for very dry skin. It seals your skin, so it blocks moisture loss up to 98%. So it's amazing for people with dry to very dry skin because it's so highly occlusive. It's also good for rashes, minor cuts, conditions where you would want a sealant. There's a reason why Vaseline has been used for decades. It has decades worth of data proving its safety, and it's one of the most well-known products in the skincare market. I have very dry skin myself, so a lot of the products I use on my body and on my face contain petrolatum. And I use pure petrolatum on my lips because my lips get the most dry. It's also great for if you have cracked heels, dry hands. It's just a very basic, simple, non-sensitizing ingredient. It might be a little bit too occlusive for people with acne, so you might opt for a slightly lighter moisturizer, but it's still an all-around great ingredient to have. Now, what people say about petrolatum is that because it's derived from crude oil, that it's the same nasty shit that you use for your cars and lawnmowers, and when they write these, I call them hate articles, use these images of people extracting crude oil as if it's the same thing that comes in a Vaseline jar. Vaseline and all cosmetic grade petrolatum is highly refined. It's extremely unlikely that there would be any contaminants, and the fact that it's derived from crude oil means that it is also natural, even though a lot of clean beauty people hate this ingredient. Now, the second ingredient I'm going to talk about, you probably are already using. Check your moisturizers, your conditioners, your primers, which is silicone. Silicone has a lot of names in the skincare ingredient list, and one of the most common silicones that you would encounter in these products like primers, moisturizers, and conditioners is dimethicone. Dimethicone is one of the most frequently used emollients because it is so breathable. It moisturizes the skin, it's gentle, it's a synthetic ingredient that moisturizes your skin, not occlusive like petrolatum, and it is very smoothing. It's actually very aesthetically pretty to put it on your skin because it kind of flattens your skin cells and blurs your pores. It has a very silky feeling. So think about the Benefit Professional primer. Now, here's some claims that have been made about silicones. Silicone can make your skin dull and dehydrated. Claims have been made that silicone blocks moisture from entering your skin, which is not true. Like I said, it's a very breathable and permeable ingredient, and you usually don't find silicone in serums or toners or things that you immediately apply to your skin after cleansing. It's actually in your later steps of your skincare routine, like moisturizer, mask, stuff to seal everything in. So in that case, yes, you would want something to block moisture loss. So no, it can't suffocate skin. There's also claims that silicone can trigger acne, which isn't substantiated by any medical research. I know a lot of natural hair people will hate me for saying this, but silicone isn't bad for your hair either. It creates a coating that makes your hair appear more shiny, more vibrant. It's a protectant against environmental damage. It's also a protectant against heat damage if you're doing heat styling. So yeah, I am not against silicone. Don't get it injected in you though. Third ingredient, okay, this is a little bit more controversial than the first two. I want to start off by saying, I'm not trying to convince you that this ingredient is good. I'm only trying to convince you that it is not as bad as people make it out to be. I think this ingredient experienced a lot of unjust hate, that's it. And I'm here to unpack that a little, but I'm not trying to convince you it's good. If you don't want this ingredient in your life, don't use it, which is parabens. So skincare ingredients need preservatives. It's not debatable. When you don't have good preservatives, especially in active skincare ingredients, what you risk doing is degrading the skincare ingredients, rendering it at best ineffective, at worst rancid. You could find mold, you can find fungi, pathogens, things that are the last things you want to put on your skin. And it really scares me that the people who are anti-parabens and anti-preservatives are also the people who are using botanicals, natural ingredients, natural lemon juice, and stuff that degrades really quickly. Those are so bad for your skin. Preservatives usually take up about 1% of skincare formulations, and they're necessary. They're there to protect you. It's not some conspiracy about skincare shelf life. It's there to protect you, especially after you open the jar. Now, the fear around parabens is that it causes cancer, it causes reproductive issues because it messes with female hormones. The cancer-causing claims mostly come from the fact that parabens were detected in breast cancer cells in a few women, and that caused a lot of panic. But even the people doing the study said that it's not causal. A lot of people, even perfectly healthy people, no cancer. Most people in the population probably have parabens in their system. It's very common, and mostly you don't get it through cosmetics. You probably mostly get it from your food. It's naturally occurring in vegetables like olives and blueberries. I don't think that means that it's impossible that it's linked to cancer, but it's very inconclusive, and a lot of studies have been done from it. When it comes to disrupting hormones, this mostly came from a study done on rats, and with everything, like animal studies aren't completely applicable to humans, but in that specific study, they were giving parabens to rats at a 100% concentration, whereas in skincare products, parabens are usually present at 1% or less. So parabens is one of the safest preservatives out there. It has decades of safe use. It's derived from plants. Now, the reason why I have a problem with this fear-mongering over parabens in the skincare industry is because parabens get so much press, but what we don't know is that these skincare companies, they know that the consumers are scared about parabens, and they still need to keep their skincare formulas intact. They don't want it to degrade, so what they do is they use other preservatives that might be even more dangerous, preservatives that might be formaldehyde releasing, in order to just slap that paraben-free label on the skincare product. And you know, for most consumers, they're gonna see that and they think, oh, free of parabens, that's safer, I'm gonna get that, not knowing that they might be using a preservative that is even more dangerous. So I think that there's still a lot to be learned about parabens. I think we will learn more about it in the next couple decades. I definitely don't think the answer is to move to more dangerous preservatives, so chill out for a second with the paraben hate. And the last ingredient is not really an ingredient, it's chemicals. People are always complaining about the chemicals in their food, in their water, in their makeup, but everything is a chemical. That's why I don't understand the whole concept of clean beauty. Chemicals aren't bad. Water is a chemical. Your lavender oil is a chemical. It's a completely arbitrary standard, and there are plenty of natural ingredients that you should not be putting on your skin. I understand the impulse to move away from things that you don't know a lot about, but what we want to strive for is the truth, to safety, to better ingredients, and not just hating chemicals for no reason. I feel like all of my skincare videos turn into skincare rants. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what other ingredients you want me to talk about. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you like this video. Also, let me know if you think there's an ingredient that's getting bad press that it doesn't deserve. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more skincare tips and catch up with me on the daily, check my Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye!